it comes to chicken wings, are you guys a flats or a drums crowd? Alright. When someone hands you a piece of paper, do you fold it hamburger or hot dog style? Alright, last one, easy one. Reparations. How are we for them, or are they coming? I'm taking lead on this one. No, they're not coming. I do have an alternate solution. How about this? Every Black History Month, which is in February, all black people get one wish. And if you're mixed or anything else in between, you get a $10 Subway gift card. Because you still got the white man make your dreams come true just out of lower tier. It's like Hulu, but with ads. Think we catch on. Been wearing glasses, pretty new to it, pretty new to the game, it's nice. I actually went to my eye doctor, came to the conclusion that I don't have chlamydia. She tested negative, so that was a positive. I might go see my cardiologist for a second opinion. She's going through a divorce. I know it doesn't sound great, but she knows my heart's in the right place. I work in the health industry. We always do a bunch of different events. I have an office, and it gets weird. People come back there, you want to cut the tension, what do? You tell a compliment, you tell a joke. I had my first bad review not too long ago. Guy came on back there. He was like, hey, I really like your piercings and tattoos. I gave him a card, the person that does my piercings and tattoos. He stepped back, he said, whoa, 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 I'm not into self-mutilation. Weird, right? Because I don't go up to you and say, man, I really like those tennis shoes, I'm just not into Chinese sweatshops. I do respect their work ethic. They need to take a break. We do one event, it's called the Senior Health and Wellness Expo. Or as I call it, can I convince you to stick around for one more year? Because these people were born in 1940s, sometimes even earlier than that, so they're always asking questions like, Darius, do you think the world's going to get better? Darius, do you think the world's going to get worse? Or Darius, you're a little too close to that water fountain. It's tough. The hardest ones to work are the ones with dementia, because they don't remember their family members or their loved ones, but they still remember they don't like black people. They keep that one backed up in the hard drive or something. Like, he doesn't remember Heidi's birthday, but he does remember the day Heidi brought home Jerome. His life alert rang 3 times that day. He said his last words were, it may be October, but it might as well be February. All that, yeah. I just came back from Mississippi not too long ago this week, actually. It was pretty good. I got some great news, though. I just found out I'm going to be an uncle. I really won that threesome. It's like going to a casino and breaking even. Like, I had a great time, I don't owe the house my weekends. I'm going to be a good uncle. I'm going to be a better uncle than my uncle because he was a horrible husband. He always wore a reversible jacket, kind of had a smell to it, like a stank. And on one side, it had stripes. So he'd always officiate our backyard football games. On the other side, he'd hit his wife. Both sides made for 2-hand touch. Yeah, no. I always enjoy a good domestic beer. It's a little bit easier to handle. I can go have about 6 and still go about my day, right? Easy. I'm not a big fan of craft beer. Craft beer is a little stronger, you know? I always have a coworker, Kim. We always go out for drinks. She told her husband she's going to be gone for 2 to 3 hours. We went out and had a drink first round. I sit there and I'm like, Kim, how many of my domestic beers equal one of your craft beers? She says, you know what, maybe like 2 to 3? Like, all right. We have another round. And that moment I'm sitting there like, well, Kim, how many of your craft beers equal one of my domestics? And she says, Darius, that's kind of a stupid question. Because you don't take bigger and small like that, you take smaller and bigger. Like, we know how many pennies it takes to equal a nickel, you don't think about how many nickels it takes to get to a penny. So then we're having another round, I'm sitting there, I got this silly grin on my face, she goes, Darius, what's on your mind? I was like, are you sure you don't know? And that old said, Darius, this is dumb, tonight's gonna go on the record. That night did go on the record for a different reason. Because she came home a little bit early, she opened the door, she crept it open just a little bit, she saw 2 heads under the sheets. In that moment, she didn't know what to do. Maybe she just opens on it, confronts her husband, be loud and proud, or maybe she just closes the door a little bit and just leaves and forgets about it. Kim took option A. So Kim kicks open the door. At that moment, two heads come up. They're both guys. I know what you're thinking. Score one for the gays. And in that moment, the guy bull rushed towards the door. Kim put out a knife, stopped him right in his tracks. He was stuck like a towel in a slide panel van, nowhere to go. In that moment, her husband thought he could make a plea deal. He came on up, put both hands together, and in that moment, he thought he had it. He forgot Kim is an opportunist. In that moment, Kim cocks back him square in the face. He went down. She later got arrested. I think that's what I got my answer. That one fruit in 3 crafts equal 1 domestic. I feel bad though. I feel like I should have saw it coming. Especially when she was wearing her reversible jacket that day. There we go. I feel like everything always comes back around in style. Leggings. Very popular now. We tend to forget they were very popular in the 70s and 80s. Escape rooms. Very popular now. We tend to forget the greats. Harriet Tubman, 19-0. I'm not the biggest fan of escape rooms. I'm a firm believer that escape rooms are a simulated way for white people to feel like a minority for 30 minutes. It's a game. Kind of like how Grand Rapids is Sims 4 for the Van Ambers. No, but they don't care in it, you know? Like, I feel like you don't see a lot of black people doing escape rooms, kind of same reason you don't see us on cruises. We're not falling for that one again. That was once, not twice. Something I'm okay with not coming back around, affirmative action. Affirmative action is positive discrimination. I think some things should be discriminated against. Drag shows. Well, my drag kings and queens just a little queer, just a touch. Because when you think about it, what is an all-straight drag show? Well, that's just storming the Capitol. All right, guys, it's my time. I'm Darius Mark. Get up for your host.
I know, I look disproportionate as fuck. Oh, shit. You guys are funny. You guys look like the 4 horsemen of construction. The Bald Street Boys. I always love coming out to the show. It's always a really great crowd. But when Brian does this contest, like drawing comics out of the bucket, it's like, it's terrible for me because I always have to pee before I go on stage. So I've just been having to pee the entire time, thinking I'm about to go on stage. Alright, you guys don't relate to peeing. Maybe I'll piss myself to get something out of you. I don't know. But no, I actually, this is wild. I used to work at a dispensary. That's a new sentence. That's a very new sentence. Used to work at a dispensary. Now I sell baseball cards. If I would have said that like 5 years ago, you guys would have been like, so you went from your mom's basement to the camper in her front yard? That's the trajectory of that sentence. But no, I used to work at a dispensary, and like, I got into it thinking it was going to be what it wasn't. I got into it thinking like, oh, I'm going to help people find their weed. I just ended up helping homeless people find cheap weed. That was 90% of my job. I would literally watch a guy get off the bus, come in, and buy like a very cheap pre-roll from us, and then turn around and ask me for bus fare. Like, you just gave me bus fare. It's a $2 joint. That's bus fare. You got 25 cents left over if you didn't need to get high. I don't know. Maybe I'm just venting at this point now that I'm out of the job. But no, there were like some fun aspects of the job that I really enjoyed. One of my favorite parts of the job was taking care of older people. Some of them, maybe your grandmothers or some of your parents, but they're getting stoned. I can confirm that. They're getting stoned. And they walk into my shop, they're all cute and old, and they're like, I'm looking for something for my arthritis. And then with all seriousness, I get to look an 85-year-old woman in the eyes with like all credibility and go, you should smoke Alaskan Thunderfuck. think it'll really help you with your hands when it starts raining. That was a very fun part of my job. It was a very fun part of my job. This might be a surprise to you guys. I've been in a relationship for a while. I'll elaborate. I'll try to do something. What was that?
I said, is she holding the mic?
Is she holding the mic? Whoa! Jerk off jokes! Let's go. You guys need jerk off jokes, he's got them.
Both hands.
Both hands, yeah. Be careful. Really use both hands on you. Andy is, man. Are we playing gay chicken? You want to play gay chicken? I'm the one with the hair. Grab me with both hands. But now they're getting uncomfortable and we're having fun. Just a couple of dudes doing dude stuff, you know? This is what it is. But no, I'll have... Enough. Oh, you guys are great. I love you guys. All of you guys are awesome. Give it up for you guys. No one's giving it up for you guys. Yeah. Man, I'm the one sucking dick. Look at me. I will suck dick with both hands if it's big enough. I want to talk about making lasagna for my girlfriend. So we've been in a relationship for a while, and I'll do cute stuff. I'll try to make lasagna. It's Stouffer's. It's Stouffer's. I fucking love Stouffer's though. But we'll have a great night. We'll have some lasagna, some $10 red wine, and then we get to the part of the night where we go to have sex, and I look at her and I'm like, can I lay down this time? I don't know about you guys, but I think we've all got like half a pan of 3 cheese lasagna. I think we're all a little bubbly, a little lactose intolerant at that point. You know? Can I lay down? Like, I really need to lay down right now. Because, you guys have all tried to have sex while holding a fart in. This is a hold a fart in while having sex kind of crowd. This is for sure what this is. But, if you let a fart out, bare ass on a bed sheet, it sounds like a semi-truck driver fell asleep. It's like... Man, I won't be able to get to anything if this guy keeps telling better jokes. But, all gassy and shit, and so I'm not the one laying down, so I'm trying to put in work, and I think my ass is putting in more work, trying to hold the fart back. My ass is like the North and South Korean border. It's just in a standoff with garlic 3 cheese. Staring down the barrel of a gun. Just ready for action. And then all that work, and I just pre-cum and shit the bed. That's all it is. You guys have a very nice night. Have a safe one.
You can find me on the ballot. Just go ahead and vote now. Get that out of the way. Every day, my name is Brian. It's B-R-I-A-N. It's very simple. Just Brian B. I'm Brian A. And Every day I get a text or an email, somebody spells my name wrong. Comes across like a part of the human anatomy. You got it! Thank you for playing. We have some lovely party gifts for you. Yeah, brain! Every day! So I figure if they spell my name wrong, I get to spell their name wrong. So I just write back, thanks, liver. Sure, thanks, spleen. And my friend Bob, I always spell his name with 2 O's. I call him Bobo. Yeah, my wife and I have a cat. Found out the veterinarian said the cat is overweight. Me too, cat. Yeah, the veterinarian says, well, the problem is he's getting too much people food. Me too, cat. Yeah. So now the cat is on this very special diet. There's 2 kinds of food. There's the indoor cat formula and there's the senior cat formula. And I think they both taste terrible. But I have lost 6 pounds. And my coat has never been glossier. And I'm sleeping a lot better, or a lot more anyway, all stretched out in the sun. Does anybody have summer birthday here? It's just me? Anybody birthday in the summer? Wow, nobody. Yeah, so my birthday was just a couple of weeks ago, and I heard from 3 different companies that all were wishing me happy birthday. It was my ophthalmologist, my chiropractor, and Jimmy John's. Only one of them gave me a present. It was a free sandwich from my ophthalmologist. Yeah, Starbucks actually reached out to me as well. They, I get the free coffee. I can get anything I want. So you remember when we were younger and you go to the soda fountain, you get a little bit of everything? What do you call that? Suicide! There it is. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at Starbucks. It's 5 shots of espresso, 3 pumps of every flavor they have, steamed milk, cold foam, light whip, and then a sprinkle of vanilla, chocolate, cinnamon, sprinkles on there, and a packet of sugar. A sedative and some insulin. Yeah. So one of the things about me that when I tell the story, that most people are like, they get it, I get it. Is anybody up here adopted or have somebody adopted in your family? Thank you guys, appreciate it. Yeah, I grew up adopted, and I was actually adopted twice. The first one didn't take. Yeah, the first time I was adopted, I was an infant, and my kids at school would make fun of me for being adopted. Say, Brian, why do you go home after school? You don't have a real family. You're adopted. So mean, right? Well, I was a horrible person when I was a little kid. I said, well, at least I know my parents wanted me. Yours had to take whatever popped out. The second time I was adopted, I was in my 30s and I got reunited with my biological mother, which is great. We had a wonderful relationship. And in my 40s, she adopted me back. The thing is that she lives in Mississippi. And that's where they did all the paperwork. And they used the paperwork date as my birth date. So now I have a Mississippi birth certificate that says I'm 13 years old. Or as they say in Mississippi, time to settle down. It's not so bad being 13. I have a lot less responsibility now. My wife has told me your body is going to go through some strange and wonderful changes. I told her if my voice drops again, she's not going to be able to hear me. She said that'd be okay. Yeah, it's been great. I've gotten to know members of my family. I have a couple of brothers, and I have an aunt and uncle and some cousins, and they are all super smart. My mom was a nurse practitioner, So she has a master's degree. Her husband, my stepdad, has a PhD in finance. Her sister, my aunt, is a PhD MD, so she's a doctor. Her husband, my uncle, is a lawyer. Their kids, one's got a PhD, her husband has a PhD. Their two sons got a wife, and they are both Chinese translators. My youngest brother is a teacher. He has a master's degree, headed toward a PhD. My other brother and his wife both have computer science PhDs, and I'm a comedian. And sometimes I feel badly that I'm the only one who likes their job. The really great thing is, as my brothers and I first got to know each other, we were at our mom's house and we were going through our scrapbooks and looking at photos of them and stuff. And I didn't grow up with them. I wasn't around, and they didn't get to know me growing up. So we're paging through it. And I'm looking at their pictures when they were little kids, and I start making jokes because that's what I do. So, you guys don't have any of me. My brother goes, wouldn't it be creepy if we did? And that's when I knew I had real family. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for coming out to support the live comedy. And keep it going for your host, Brian B.
Here's the thing, though, that I'm a little surprised didn't happen sooner, because we've been getting food delivery for years and decades, right? But something they started during the pandemic was that you could just have the thing left at your door, like the drop-off. Like, you don't have to actually talk to the person, right? I'm a little amazed that took the pandemic for that to come around, because, like, I feel like if you're getting fast food delivered to you, that's something you don't ever want to look in the eyes of another human being. Especially me, because I'm a 45-year-old single comic, right? And they never used to, like, when I would get ordered from McDonald's delivery, I'm ordering so much food that that's not something that I want them to hand off in person and be like, hey, why are you doing this to yourself, right? In fact, I have to admit, I'm probably going to make some enemies by admitting this, but I ruined Jimmy John's for all this, you guys. Yeah, before the pandemic, I was actually placing orders for just soda and cookies for delivery. Yeah, if you hit the $20 limit, they'll bring anything to your house. Well, they used to. They don't do that anymore. It's my fault. I'm sorry. I did. I fucked everybody. And I'm not making this up. I did it like 3 times. I ordered like $20 worth of cookies and soda. Right? And then I actually found myself in a Jimmy John's physically. And I walked up there to place an order, and I happened to be dealing with that location's manager. And I got about 2 sentences into my order, so are you John Hauser at 12:50? I'm like, what the fuck? I have witnesses. This happened in a public Jimmy John's. And I'm like, yeah, how the fuck do you know that? Right? He goes, well, we recognize your voice. And I'm like, okay, it's getting weirder. He goes, yeah, I'm glad that I had this opportunity to talk to you. I'm actually the manager of this Jimmy John's, and I have to tell you that we can no longer deliver only cookies and soda to your apartment. Like, you're going to have to order a sandwich. And I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, are we not, like, we're tipping well enough, are we not ordering the minimum, whatever? Saying, no, the drivers, they're getting plenty of money, we're just concerned. So, no, like, the drivers just showed up and then they hand it to you and they're like, this dude's eating 6 cookies and 2 sodas. This isn't right, we should help him. This is the conversation I had with the manager at Jimmy John's. It turned into a cookie intervention in front of the Jimmy John's public. Because there's other customers that are looking over like, is there anything we can do to help? Like, this guy seems. So yeah, and the thing is, the drop-off feature is nice because when you're ordering like, 40-piece McNuggets and 3 triple cheeseburgers and it's only you, like you don't have to look that person in the eye. I understand what some of you were saying. You're like, oh, how do they know? Like maybe they think you're ordering for like a whole family or something. Like, why would they be judging you, John? I'm like, well, that sounds great. Until they peek their head at the door and they see all the Simpson shit on my walls. Like, this dude's a local. I'm concerned. There's not a lot of people in that house. But this, it's amazing. Like, it's not, you would think it was maybe just them, you know, kind of showing up and just handing you a bag and being on their way real quickly. No, they are serious about this shit. If you get meat delivered, they will show up with like this real nice lunch bag that's all stapled shut, and then they put this receipt on there that is longer than those CDS sons of bitches. It's amazing. It has like the tax, the strain, the percent. It's like, I'm gonna give this to my weed account and go, here you go, Gerald, make sure everything adds up. Yeah, right, yeah, I get that shit right. But like, you know, at the same time, as a pothead, you know, like during the lockdown, I ended up in this situation where I was getting all my shit delivered, and I started to get a little bit paranoid, you know, about like the weed delivery, because for years, as a pothead, when I'm getting pizza and like Jimmy John's delivered, I had been tipping them in marijuana. I recommend you do this, right? Like, even if you're not a smoker, just keep a little bowl of nuggets right there by your door. Because if you tip your pizza delivery person in marijuana, you will get your next pizza delivered to you before you're finished ordering it on the app. Like, I'm sure a gallon of ranch and Goo Crusties. It's great. But I know that not everybody's on board with the weed culture, right? So like I've been trying to, for example, my parents, they're really worried now that it's legal, because at least when it was illegal before, you know, I'm a 45-year-old man, I'm an adult, I can do whatever I want. But they would love to have excuses to tell me not to smoke weed. Now it's legal, they don't have any of that anymore, right? So Mama Hauser, like she's in her mid-70s, she's struggling. She's trying to find reasons. And the best part is, if you've never been around a woman in her mid-70s and heard her walk into the room and say, you know, I was just researching on the internet. You don't understand how wild that ride's about to be. That's old lady speak for like, strap in, ride's about to leave the station. So she literally did this the other day. She walked in, she's like, you know, John, I'm a little concerned because now that weed is legal, I'm afraid you might smoke too much. And I read an article online that says if you smoke too much marijuana, it will turn you into a homosexual. Yeah, I know. I'm like, I became concerned. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Like, at first, I was like, what the fuck? Like, I've been smoking for 10 years, I still think penises are gross. Like, what did they even tell me? Right? So I decided I was gonna come back and do a little internet research of my own, right? And I was gonna find an inspiring pothead story, which I kind of did. This is a true story. A few years ago, there was this crazy man in Cleveland. He went out online and filmed someone. He decided he was going to go commit a few murders, which is horrifying. But worse than that is he decided he wanted to film it like on Facebook Live while he did it, just out of nowhere. So like a few million people accidentally saw this man just walk up to some random stranger and shoot him in the head. It was terrible. But the only thing about it was this guy just vanished, right? In this day and age, it was only a few years ago, he dropped off the grid and vanished for 72 hours, which is terrifying, right? And the only reason they caught him is because he ended up in a McDonald's drive-thru in upstate New York. And this 15-year-old minimum wage drive-thru worker noticed his face from her drive-thru camera. And she's obviously a pothead because she's a 15-year-old minimum wage drive-thru worker, right? It's kind of a prerequisite for that type of job. But yeah, she recognized this guy, and as a pothead, she was calm and collected enough to put a plan together. And by the time this guy got to her window, she was like, "Sir, I'm sorry. It's going to be about 5 minutes. Your fries aren't ready. We're going to make you some fresh hot fries. If you could just pull over into space number 2 there, we'll bring those out." Right? And he did it, because who doesn't do that, right? Like, anybody will wait for hot, fresh fries from McDonald's. That would be my last meal if I was convicted of murder, to be honest with you. Like, 5 minutes on fries? I'll wait.